I'd like to speak about the consequences of what we're doing here, and I think that everything we vote has consequences. This will have consequences indeed. And as a preamble, clearly I believe that the security of our citizens is something we have to take very seriously. I believe that it has one of our primary objectives in the city is to take consideration the security of our citizens, humans. And I understand that we're going to talk about dogs as well today. But I think for this bylaw, I don't believe we're erring on the side of caution. I believe the administration has failed to prove by any means that the BSL is the right way to go. We've had numerous scientific reports. Mr. Sterling Downey just named several different reports, several different organizations that have come out against this type of bylaw. And what worries us at Projet Montréal is that at the end of the day, people won't be more secure, and I think people will start to panic. What I think that this side of the house here is constantly worried about with this administration is the reckless, populist improvisation, nonstop. It started in the campaign with the Centre de Compostage. We're behind in our project because of this. At the VLS we talked about earlier in this council, again, no understanding why the administration goes against best practices like it's doing for BSL, but it has sowed seeds of worry in the entire industry of car sharing, something that we need for mobility in Montreal. And for what? We do a tweet, we do a press conference, and then we write a bylaw after. And that's what we're feeling is happening right here. With regards to Madame Sanson's statistics, she talked about the bite strength of a pit bull. Indeed, it can be pretty strong. She failed to mention that in numerous studies, Rottweilers and German Shepherds have a stronger bite strength. I mean, it's confirmed. Why aren't they in this bylaw? You know why they're not in the bylaw? Marketing. Because we want to make a good splash in the media. Pit bulls have marketing, and that's why people who, maybe want to have some tough-looking dogs. The word around the street is pit bulls are tough dogs, so they go towards pit bulls. And so we're going to ban the pit bulls, and afterward they're going to go to another tough-looking dog that's going to have the branding and the marketing around it. And what are we going to do? Jump and ban that breed, and we're going to keep chasing breeds like that until we're out to I don't know where. I think that's what worries us, and we feel like that's the tendency of this administration, is reckless, populist improvisation. I think there are serious consequences to this vote today, and I want everybody in the House to think about it. The first promise that was made by Denis Coderre during his swearing-in was that there's going to be a free vote on his side. We haven't seen one single time, one single councillor diverging from from the Coderre's side, from Mayor Coderre's side. This would be a good time because there are serious consequences to your vote today. Think about it. What's going to happen on our BAMs? What's going to happen on Bureau Accès Montréal? A bunch of people, I can't identify a pit bull. And a lot of people can't, but they think they see pit bulls everywhere. They're going to say, oh, I saw a dangerous dog and it's by this gentleman, he lives at this street, you guys have to send an inspector. And this person's going to worry because it's a pit bull. Because we're talking about pit bulls and how dangerous they are, and we're helping in this marketing of how dangerous they are. It's not helpful, this. This is not helpful to that situation. And what's our BAM going to do? They go, okay, mister, we're going to see. We're promised 8 années personnes more of human resources for this whole bylaw, which is completely insufficient, and I agree with Manon Barb's evaluation of that, completely insufficient. We're already struggling in our boroughs with the number of inspectors we have. So we're going to have what? People at the BAMs are going to have to identify pit bulls? I can't identify pit bulls. Are the SPVM going to identify pit bulls by pure sight? No, but it's going to incite panic. There's going to be a whole bunch of other people that are going to panic because they're going to want to know what they're supposed to do with their pit bulls now. And what I thought was really interesting last night, I didn't put all the calculation together, but $650 it might cost to get all the certification required to get a pit bull, to get the microchipping, to get the muzzling, to get everything. $650. A lot of people don't have $650 in this town. A lot of people aren't able to do anything about it today. And what are they going to do? If they don't get the $650 before the time passes, what's going to happen to the dog? What's going to happen to the dog? I came here for the séance d'info, and I asked the civil servants, I asked Madame Sanson, I said, well, there's all the dogs in the shelters that are currently pit bulls, that if they don't get adopted, but after the cutoff, what's going to happen? I said, what's going to happen to the people who don't get signed up after the cutoff? And basically the answer was, not our problem. Not a problem. We're responsible. That's what I'm saying. There's consequences to what we're doing. So we're going to already overload our BAMs. We're going to cause probably a lot of chaos in the SPVM. We're going to have to deal with it as well. We're going to have to deal with it as élus. Even though it hasn't been proven anywhere that pit bulls are what we should exactly be targeting. And now the dogs themselves, who are in shelters, or may not be registered in time, according to this bylaw, the city has no plans for them. We don't know what they're going to do. You know what's going to happen? Dogs are going to die. A lot of them are going to die. There's going to be a lot of brave and impressive volunteers. They're going to do their best to find new homes for the dogs. They're going to try. But a lot of them are just going to end up being euthanized. And a lot of people are going to be panicking as well. So this whole project, which is completely unfounded and been proven to be so, is going to set more panic in the sights of Montrealers than anything else. And dogs are going to die. So I think today what Madame McIntyre was very gallant, I think, in the way she offered, said that you have a chance to think about it a little bit more, come back with a more full bylaw, something that's really encompassing and that actually follows best practices around the world and doesn't go against best practices like we did for car sharing. Let's think smart and let's think about the consequences of our vote, because every single person in here, even if you're with the administration, with the party, you get a choice and it's on you. Dead dogs, panicked people, 311 doesn't work, and SPVM, taxpayers' money, that's on you. So don't think it's, I'm just doing my job, the mayor told me what to do. You guys have a responsibility too. So it's time to make the right choice and send this back and come back with something that's going to make something, a bylaw that's going to be really secure for Montrealers, really interesting for Montrealers, and that we can work with the dog owning community and with the SPCA instead of confronting them with false facts and unfounded studies. Thank you, Mr. President.